Chapter 16 is all about third declension adjectives. So let's back up. Declensions are patterns of spelling. They don't have anything to do with meaning. You've learned first, second, and third declension nouns. First are the ones that are usually feminine, femina. Second is amicus. Third are the ones that have a distinctive nominative followed by so rex, regis, regi, regem, rege, right? Those are your declensions you know so far. Every adjective you've encountered so far is a 2-1-2 adjective, which means it takes its masculine in the second declension, its feminine in the first declension, and its neuter in the second declension, neuter. Adjectives match their nouns in case, gender, and number, but not declension. So, easy is bonus amicus, a good friend. Harder is bonus rex, a good king, because that's a second declension masculine adjective with a third declension noun. They match, they're both nominative, they're both singular, they're both masculine, but they belong to different declensions, so they look different. Boni regis in the genitive case, of the good king, right? Gladium boni regis. That would be the sword of the good king. Again, case, gender, number matches, not declension. So, you've seen several cases where third declension nouns appear with 2-1-2 adjectives that don't match. Now we're going to flip them, because there are two basic kinds of adjectives in Latin: the 2-1-2s and the third declension adjectives. There are subdivisions within third declension adjectives, but these are the two basic kinds. So the third declension adjectives are going to take third declension endings. That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty obvious. But they can still match with any noun. You can still have amicus, a second declension masculine noun, matching with third declension adjectives, like fortis, meaning strong. So fortis amicus is a strong friend. We move it into the accusative, and it's amicum fortem, accusative of the third declension adjective and second declension noun. Okay. Let's look at these adjectives. Third declension adjectives are going to take third declension endings. There are these subdivisions, but before you get bogged down in the different kinds of third declension adjectives, notice the broad pattern. There's going to be nominatives that you just have to learn as vocab words, and they're going to take their genitive with is. That's the way third declension things work. So you can recognize these always because they're going to be taking the third declension endings. Now there are three kinds. There are third declension adjectives with 3 endings, 2 endings, and 1 ending. Let's do these backwards. So a third declension adjective with 1 ending is just going to be that same adjective form for all the genders. So that's my bottom right here. So what I said is almost true. That is, for basically every form, the third declension adjective is going to look the same, no matter what gender noun you're matching with. The exception to that a little bit is in the neuter, nominative, and accusative. You still get this neuter, nominative, and accusative for the plurals. Basically, these are the easiest. Potens is going to be the form, whether it's masculine, feminine, or neuter. So you can have a potens, a powerful amicus, a potens femina, a powerful woman, or a potens something neuter. Powerful hortum, garden. So you can go with nouns of all 3 genders. The adjectives of 2 endings are perhaps the most expected. This is what I would have expected the default third declension adjective to look like, because this is what third declension nouns are like, right? You've got one set of endings for the masculine and feminine, and one set of endings which is almost identical of the neuter, right? Just slightly different in the accusative and the nominative and accusative plurals, right? And a distinct nominative, right? So you got fortis here. So in the adjectives, you've got fortis going with masculine and feminine, and forte going with neuter. For the genitive's the same. Let's go. The genitive's the same. The dative's the same. The accusative is the same. The ablative's the same. So pretty much down the line, what you'd expect. I guess the neuter, nominative, and accusative singulars, just like all nominatives, are going to be a little different. So the sort of unpredictable one is there are adjectives that have three. There are third declension adjectives with three endings, and this only affects the nominative. So there are some adjectives that will distinguish, that are of the third declension, that will distinguish the nominative masculine singular, the nominative feminine singular, and the nominative neuter singular. They'll have distinct forms. So acer, acris, acre. That's a third declension adjective that has three distinct nominatives. But once you get past the nominative, it all collapses back down to same sort of default third declension, right over the plate endings. So go through the exercises and the examples they give in this chapter. You get illustrations, you get pairings. We'll do this. We'll practice this together, but hopefully this is helpful as a conceptual explanation of what's going on here.